Hello there and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video I'm excited to teach you how to generate Flutter Launcher icons. Now we are not going to use the Flutter Launcher icon plugin. We are going to use a tool that will allow us to generate our icons with no stress, right? So you realize that on this iOS simulator I have an icon over here that is different from most icons we see out there. So I have this patterns at the background of the icon, and then on my Android emulator too I have this icon over here which has these patterns in it and then a gradient background. And generating these icons with Flutter Launcher icon package could sometimes be a stress. So let's look at how to do it right now. Now what you have to do is go to your browser, and we are not going to use the Flutter Launcher icons package. We are going to use a tool called Icon Kitchen. So just go to the URL bar and type icon.kitchen, right? And you can see that I've already visited this URL. So I'm not going to visit it again, but I will leave the link in the description. So when you come to Icon Kitchen over here, this is what you are going to see. So there is an app icon generator. They have some clip art over here for people who don't have an icon but they would like to use some kind of emoji or clip art for their icons. You can choose any of the icons over here and they are going to see a preview of it on your right side, right? So we are not going to do this because I have an image that I want to use for this particular icon. So go to the image section like this. If you have an image, or if you want to use a text, you just go to the section that will fit you best. I'm going to use the image section, and then I have to drag my image, which is the image I want to use for this icon. So I'm going to click on this and then choose this icon.png file, which is the icon I want to use. So I'm going to open, and now you see that my icon appears in the preview. Now there are a lot of things you can do over here, as in changing the scaling from center to crop, and that is going to crop the icon, but I don't want to do that. There are also masking features over here, right? And you can see the change on your right side. I'm not interested in the masking. There are other effects you can use here as well, which I'm not interested in. Now we have the padding property over here. So the padding is the space around the icon, right? So for instance, if I change this to 35, realize that the icon become much smaller because there is a lot of space around it. So I'm going to just maintain the 15%. I think it looks good for my icon. Now when it comes to the background, I don't want this boring plain white background. I want to have a gradient background. So I'm going to choose the gradient section, and then I'll have to choose a color for this gradient. So I'm going to choose just any random color. I don't have any color in mind. I'm going to choose this guy here, and then I think a combination like this isn't bad, right? So this is what I want my icon to look like, and you can just choose any color you want for this. Now there is a texture for the background. So in the preview you saw that we have this texture at the background, and that's coming from this texture property over here. So I'm going to change the texture to, let's say, this over here doesn't look so good. Yeah, so I just like this texture, the polka texture, and then you can change the color for the texture as well. So I'm going to choose this blue color over here. Doesn't look good. I think the white looks good, right? So I'm going to choose the white over here, and then there are other things that you can add like badge and file name, but I'm going to leave those ones as default. Most of the time you leave most of these stuff as default, right? Now what you have to enable here is the themed icon. So this will generate a theme version of your icon, and realize that on Android 13 upwards, the users who have themed icons enabled will see your icon in this format. I'm going to enable the theme property for this icon, and also there is this switch to dark theme over here, and then you get to know how your icon will look on dark theme, right? But I'm not really interested in that for now. So after you are done with the modification you need for your icon, you just simply download it. So I'm going to download this, and after it has been downloaded, we have to replace some files in our project with our downloaded icon. So I'm going to minimize this and then look for the downloaded file. So this is a zip file I'm going to extract, And then within this directory, which is the files we downloaded, we have Android, iOS, and then web. So whatever is in the Android directory belongs to the Android configuration. So we have a rest directory over here, which is the directory that contains our icon assets. So just go to your project and then look for the Android directory. In the Android directory, we are looking for the app SRC main, and you see another rest over here. Don't replace this rest with the rest we have, right? You're going to get errors when you do that. But we are rather going to replace some of the folders we have over here. On a new project, realize that you don't have this any DPI-v-26 directory over here. Just forget about that one. So I'm going to select all of this and then delete. Right now I'm left with drawable values night. Those are the ones that you must keep, right? So anything that has map can be deleted. And I'm going to copy whatever I downloaded and then copy it to the rest directory, right? So this is going to perform a move and then refactor, right? So that's all for the Android section. Now when we run the app, we realize that our icon has changed. So in order to prove that, let's run the app. And this is already running, so I have to quit it and run again. Right, so you realize that our icon has changed, and if I go to the home, we now have our new icon that we created. And now in order to test the theme feature, we just go to our wallpaper and style from here and then enable the themed icons, right? So if I enable this and if I enable it again, I can choose any of the themes available. So I'm going to choose this one over here and then go back to the home page, right, and realize that our icon has adapted according to our theme, right? So that is going to be it for the Android side. Now if you want to change the icon for iOS, what you can do is just go to your iOS directory and you are looking for runner, right? So within this runner over here, we have assets dot xcaa assets. So there's the directory you are looking for, assets dot xc assets, right? Now we have app icon over here, stuff like this. So you can do this in Xcode, but then I just like to copy and paste this over here. So just come to your iOS directory, realize that it has all these files with content.json. Just copy all this and then replace it with whatever is here. So I'm going to first delete everything here and make sure you don't delete more than necessary. So I'm going to delete everything here and I'm going to copy the new content in. So just like this. Right, and now let's run our app on our iOS simulator and then see what happens. So this is the previous icon I was using and I'm going to run the app again. So when we go to our home, realize that the icon has changed as well. So this is a very easy way to create and customize your icons compared to using the Flutter Launcher plugin. Now if you like this video, please leave a like. If you have any questions, leave it at the comment section and I will attend to you. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.